right, back live on a Ferry channel, or Ferry show. So on there, bro. Yes, podcast. I want to me and when you come, inside the game, and that's when some of our fear them on there to say Moutia say it's in the Ajay way. My name is Super Score Yaba. But filia na you know na sans ye one foul message ama one comment one fee when you are ye gu. Ti ebe bananka ni pa zero. And I heard that be bad one may complete. The best all subscribe here. No me subscribe. No me down no swaka ho. Abri be bad no nya tinko say inside the game. Aba na what ya shuma be heard the echo any nya eba. Me ni keju wan kasa Eric Asiedu Bwadi and fear them on nsem be na e course the MTN Africa finally set. Golden Cakes Kumasi Asante Koroko Hwan. And e win. I'm running Krabiana Betche, and you better how MTN FA Cup now for the Abedisa finally. Nothing so Yatiesimo Ashe, the Black Satellites of Ghana, Okopimo and a 20 AFCON Nimu, and now you can study when they say qualify for that World Cup. Ya bra ya fint in Sanko Bimono. But that's one of fair and Mrantiano, Ayashahaima, Egypt for a crowd on group me and San Motos. Tournament, your man shall prepare crab, Edebra wanted on Bob one or some Mugobi. Yeah. Now there they be a Ghanaian penalties ball, Ghanaian penalties ball, and pam manaka was in penalties ball. Till more entos bakubi. The Kai 2009 year and a bit mean one and pass what I see the abu said you to tell us I did for year for me. Yeah. Hey, papa. He pay you, he pay me. I am very sad. So I don't need sample from a Brunei across the Ghanaian Premier League. I got a pump on so Nation Self Synergy, and I got to Koneji, and I said Team Bain Edgy, I feel like Gold Star Shalai. You better the Ghanaian Premier League. I'm Rebamwa. Shannon said, among 4 minds for the first time, the curse has been wiped, and Hurricane is finally a medalist. Yes, and Kwambiaso Kopimo or Bundesliga name or Timmy Bayern Munich for Aje the Bundesliga. Wa Bermuye, despite top scorer Hodra Wajinano, known to win Yeshe, playing in the Champions League final. You know, still Bibian Fa Hurricane at long last the battery has ended. What's me BB? I want the carrier more. And I'm for saying, I'm for more one being counted for messing Queen and go breaking record. I hold and share mo. Aye, hold on, American crabby and a bench. But now it is confirmed. Say Carlo Ancelotti is the new manager at Brazil. And season or the Real Madrid is Sipa or Cotonou Jumadieso or Brazil. And no be Pimo Xabi Alonso and also the linking it to the Real Madrid job. You heard? So I have permutations now. I heard say I'm Xabi Alonso. Boy, no obo. And I'm wondering about no ball Leverkusen 2.5 years here, no. Or back Madrid a befana. And then Brazil forces a choice of Ancelotti, no. A right choice, and as I say, I don't want some mistakes. The running, Italy, so why very, very interesting. You can't say Napoli got in there, but Inter 4-9 went to maybe we name Napoli. I got to draw Marina 1 point. The Napoli bet not na me Inter Sambe found by the UEFA Champions League final is set. The Inter Air Champions League final or Sambe AS could let to know so the account one as a saying, and I want some so a Besiaco. I'm running Crabia and a betcher. And only be none and a deba. Now make Spain a Samono. A brand T first season, it was Spain. Even when people say it's a floppy, 40 goals in all competitions in C. Mbappe, one on the LED top scorer chat, Spain. Real Madrid and Tombo after all. But on all bad animal, as any team no PSG, Quack Champions League. No, Naman for Zena Quebinu there or bar Real Madrid near there. And only some people in a passoir, yet the abandon. If you are why, corner be firm. Yeah, that's what one more who sent on some seats here. Mess up with the Cage1 and Cassan Eric Asiedu Bwadi. Many Mr. Evans Kwabena Sapon, the sports cardinal, and our first Mr. Austin J. Quachin and Ayasan Jagua. I didn't summon at the airport. And then the Austin Betchering, the what are the more the be or the bat no sepo no sepo. In him, who's so on I don't know, and Hono A. do who's upon. Also, suspect be your own.
Minipobia, na also awesome nang.
Okay.
Na Sabu Bisia. No Triniama. There can say the be in Sushi.
I say Sushi,
because not 10 to be any minimum. Kumwa. Sanaeta and an one.
Okay.
To whom soon or not or Tree. To where our Bahun is ano. Nessa Nino, 2 more soon. I don't know. I cut on you, Copim said you bet too so. You'll can be our cousin Sukrumpa. Which one?
Also, where the sign what he?
On say, yeah, ni paduano. Sebi. Organs if it is a kidney, no. In here, tembiano, abrebiano was a unum so be brave. Ipubiano also do
in a day, that's all.
I mean, I don't want to stay dehydrated in Tino.
Oh, yeah, on I said,
me and one
next week, they all about there for disposal.
Yes, because
it's the amount now, and what do you want to dance?
Oh, my chain. That's a bibu. That's a father. So I know I say, okay, because Ebano, Abodium Yansaper, the Fianza, yes, in the Padiano, 70%. Or how much you want your son, and so see in Sunqua. It will know where ye and cast away bonnet. Now, so say in Swampa, saying in Sue, call liquid, yeah, liquid. But as you say, colorless, odorless, tasteless,
Asamaranko. I quite recently have Fabo Aquaba. I was anti quite any mountain pass on a Yansasia and Fanfi, the Real Madrid and some Cacra. So when now Ancelotti has confirmed so called Brazil, Xabi Alonso, so the A and the war banning at the idea. If Brazil are making the right choice, and if Real Madrid are also making the right choice by bringing in Xabi Alonso, because soon we say other names been in a Nemo, the likes of Jurgen Klopp, Mon and Nemo, or the Klopp was sure the Xabi Alonso see what. To go for Alonso ahead of Klopp, no, now just I hear something which is it is yet to be confirmed by Real Madrid there, but there it is looking very likely say Alonso may take over Real Madrid. Would that be a right choice for Real Madrid? And is Ancelotti the right man for the Brazilian national team job?
Right, Eric Wamenawasi. Look, say now because Ancelotti the Brazil job. That's it. That's what maybe you mean. Hey, man, kind of crunch here. The Don Carlo Anase Kalitu Wabre. He has vast experience as a former player and then as a coach. He has been one of the successful coaches we as a football yet me. And indeed, I believe for sure that young comedy. So when you know any retired free coaching more, ye pe one more, ye be more modern. At me I say Eriko. Yam more than for Omudi, say be a Hall of Fame be and for more conventional. So one of the best students at me passing through that institution. I coach many top coaches. Oh, we are seeing it is a Obabe Cheke, Giovanni Trapattoni mo. I mean the Berindeli Mumne. All those coaches are here. Then you know assassin so now by Carlo Ancelotti, and he is the most successful manager in the history of the most prestigious club competition across the continent of Europe. And Yami Aduma, May 31st, UCL one day, that competition Champions League, and he's the most successful coach, winning it 2 times with AC Milan, and now Ukoremo Real Madrid 3 times. No coach now winning 5 times. So what he's done is unthinkable. Correct teams are managing from time I did Intertoto Cup with Juventus 1999. Yes,
Intertoto Cup.
Intertoto Cup.
Very
competitive. Because that time no Champions League kind of internationally those FIFA Club World Cup kind of be no it is so we no be Remo AC Milan now be Lorosi at the time and 2000s more AC Milan Ababe take you over from the Juve and the Juve.
It means that from what he's achieved here, the Brazilians
they made the right choice.
They need somebody to manage the ego.
Just that the man needs some rest. Because maybe
too swift.
He's a good manager. No problem with what he's been able to do as to the managerial career. Chelsea, Premier League, FA Cup, Paris Saint-Germain, the League N. I mean, that was when Galacticos, and paying for to talk to Tony, my Ezekiel Avezzi, Monomini, Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, Bayern Munich. Though they couldn't win the Champions League, but what Carlo did there, I'm not sure the Bavarians will ever forget what he did there, and most especially Real Madrid. But looking at the age, now he will be the second manager, a foreigner, non-native of Brazil, after one Argentinian, your friend Nunes, way back 1967, he is coming. But look at the age now, national team coaching, and yet the club kind of a you. On all limited training. Tactical variations. As a one, you have to be pragmatic. Okay, this is the kind of formation I'm about club level. Say Ancelotti about 4-2-3-1 formation. It will be our system. Now then the strikers no na kwakwe 2. To bet you about 4-3-3. It will be about 4-2, no about 1-2. And so this kind of national team Ejumano, I think that any bad choice for the CBF. Our man appointment, But then Carlo Ancelotti going to manage this kind of players and praying they are not living up to the billing for Brazilian national team. We are talking about Vinicius. Vinicius, Real Madrid that last season, Obon Gidi. So this season, Vinicius, Papa Bia.
Marquinhos.
Of Brazil, and he hasn't been that player. I back to my case, okay, or make improvement. Well, the kind of performance what they do a national team.
National team, the Vinicius is not Vinicius.
Yes, and we are talking about a national team, arguably the most successful national team in terms of world football. That is Brazil. Don't forget about all-time ratings. Brazil national team etosu 2, and then Remu modern the era. They are fourth.
You don't think it's very difficult for him, right?
So. About the experience, what I mean is the age, and the mommy doubting, going to manage them. Carlo Ancelotti, one of his qualities, man management. Because a players be no ego.
Brazil ego over to me.
As for that, nobody is saying so to me. But we are talking about the tactical acumen.
To me.
As for the tactical acumen, but the kind of normal what demonstrating now, Real Madrid, well, he has got some assistance. If I check now, Ricardo Ezexi dos Santos Leite, Kakamo Ekwakobuano, Ama said man with Yakwakoye, some checking backroom staff on 26 May, and the Dumano Ober started.
That is when he was officially.
Kaka, he has Pedro Sotero as his assistant, and more analyst on Madiamano. He has got Joao Marcos Suarez and then Thomas.
They are ready to provide him.
So with his, personality. With the man he is in terms of world football, in terms of managerial aspect, fantastic. Okay. But if these people are not going to be there for him, I'll make my boy quite Zebia or to Ado. And it's at him Boating he design. George Boating would be John Pencil would be there. That's a neno Jacumo.
All right.
Which has
and Ancelotti is Brazil bound on the 26th
of May. Don
Kaletu.
Don Kaletu.
Kaletu.
By what Italians call him. Yeah. And Don Carlo, or the Spanish name, and I want to see the man. I think that Ancelotti has been the most successful manager in your history.
Real
Madrid history. Yes. He has.
But to the man of the fans, you can't that just being unfair. The fans, they're more perino.
From end to what no. Why not from there? I send them Evans Robertson as a player from Roma or Roma, AC Milan, successful or a player or successful or G Syria or a friend is saying or some AC Milan. Won laurels with them. Coach AC Milan. We need 2 Champions League titles. The only manager with the most Champions League titles. Or the 2 or AC Milan. 2022, 2003 and 2007. And now Madrid. So the first spell,
2014.
And now back to back.
2020
last year. Good.
2022.
And now Champions League. Club side, they also be as a successful manager. Successful.
And coach a big club.
Big club. PSG title I think that was after 19 years. 19 years trophy drought. Ancelotti na Kojima on PSG.
Chelsea.
Double match Chelsea.
Coach a big club in Germany.
Yeah.
A coach a big club in Italy. Coach a big club so England.
And our coach was Spain.
Say Ancelotti can say time Ancelotti.
In fact, he's the most successful coach in the history of Real Madrid.
Yes.
15 titles.
And then say IFHS. Yes, International Federation of
Football
and
History and Statistics.
Yeah. Man 4 winning, best, friend is saying, 4 times. Last year, the chat were last year, or Champions League.
It's a good move for Brazil.
They also a year of clubs that he's been successful at club level. And all go international team management, I think say or bet me approve the motivation. I feel the motivation that they say Obeji World Cup. That's a legendary status, Yes, all time best club side, and yes, now I think that would be the main. Driver, driving and motivating, and saying no, that ego management today we are. Carlito is up there. He's managed top notch players. Ibrahimovic and we have and same than at the name and name. PSG. Ancelotti. Friend is saying Casemiro say Obeyia Casemiro. And
for now,
the big guys on him there big guys.
It's Casemiro and the captain. I can't say name on him.
Good. And you're building the team. He had such an experience. Top players in the squad. That good. And the all Brazil national team, I think that all BBI will say it's money successful. Brazil, and Brazil, AJ World Cup 5 times champions. Brazil World Cup. When it comes to World Cup, last year 2002. Almost be 2014
Japan, Korea, and
Germany. Yeah. And when it comes to World Cup trophy win, and I think that Ancelotti beats my at this from Brazil national team. Wow. And it's a good decision for the Brazil national team.
A good year, but
good.
Also, remember you
or is it at this time?
Yes, and remember
you always leave when the applause is always high. Yeah, it's always high. And see, good to say why is it?
I just want you to
see our person focus on the national team.
Oh wow!
Eric, I just don't want to. I just want to notify us with say you need not to forget say Carlo Ancelotti national team you are before expectations is higher. We already know we are coaching big teams.
Yeah. So we're
coaching Grand Cross. Yes, we're coaching Grand Cross teams. AC Milan.
Oh no, Everton was in stats.
Oh, but Everton, that time now not over fire. For Admo they were doing. They were trying to do investment. Now come to Benya. Young players.
No, he started well,
but I'm or Napoli. Even Napoli in Italy, we are talking about the club at Diego Armando Maradona. Don't forget, now they've been able to win. With the Luciano Spalletti, on G League, so Eric, national team now Kofano. Yes, Ubenya Neymar, Ubenya Casemiro, but there's a national team out coming Bohono. Nowadays, we are not seeing them. They are having tough competition.
Well, maybe that is why they need such a top manager.
That is why they need him. But maybe they will say,
let's switch to Xabi Alonso.
Yes, they need a turnaround.
Xabi Alonso, after the Leverkusen, the first season, Leverkusen, that was to the level of playing in Europe. Then the following season, ultimately, more edgy. The league going unbeaten, going all the way to the Europa League final. Wow, that's incredible. And he's a former player of Real Madrid. About Bayern Munich, about Liverpool, playing. The managerial career was starting a year, even with Real Madrid and Kuala Lumpur, society and Kuala Lumpur, but this Real Madrid team, a coach that Carlo Ancelotti, Eddie Jaho, now with Xabi Alonso, Oba Fano. A good decision by Real Madrid also.
It's a good decision. Oh, and I say, or quite some good experience. Leverkusen team na da ho no. Oba ena nya sana net here. Let's why Juma pa Xabi Alonso. Or we need Bundesliga no. We need DFB Pokal no. Yeah, double mom last season. And on top of that,
he nearly did the treble.
Unbeaten.
I kept it.
Unbeaten no. Bayern Munich are more grandmasters in the Germany and as a Bundesliga. In that history no cramp jaji back to back jaji Bundesliga no your beating record in that. It took a certain Xabi Alonso only that level, that experience. Of course now I can youth side or the rest side that in Kolani and the Abu Juma, but that level no onyan but I think that I was say man we have to give the benefit of the doubt say team Ancelotti German no. It's a very good team. Just say and the balance in I mean, yeah, Ancelotti and Timmy last season. A prana de be buy ya manage ya no the Champions League, La Liga. But this season no, a prano I mean yeah situation no no. I mean can is that. And the team no there, the team Lancaster there wo. Enti aka say Alonso no the tactics. I mean,
but mind you, he plays differently from Ancelotti.
About three back. Leverkusen no. Gramado, Alexander Gramado, and Jeremy Frimpong. Those two, left and right, you know. Oba has, I mean, Entina Arnold there arriving. No. Arnold, no, only me admins Arnold is very good offensively. Arnold, no, this kind of system, they situate Arnold, no. Alexander Arnold, no. I mean, what England national team, I got to a year, Gareth Southgate, you know, in the middle of the Infinity. And the
Klopp has used him there before.
Good. And Untino, Onya na me sure so better Arnold after Arnold arrival.
Oh yeah, there's so many players coming in.
Then Wilson from Bournemouth Eba, central defender. Those are young Chabak. Yes, experience in the but the Kakra Wacheno are good when he has that guidance from Xabi Alonso. I don't know so what that track record say youth. I mean when it comes to youth, Obetimi exactly. Already Gramati say we starting we requesting for Real Madrid youth I mean academy no fairness and information about the youth players. GDS or say more opportunity for this I mean club
building on
one anyway. Onyasa when I mean if everything goes according to way they are not onya I mean injuries no matania about this time Ancelotti na onya the very good fairness and squad injuries and how me bra I think say obetime ejuma no because he Zidane every youth exactly as assistant and in terms of all settling at the end so ain't too difficult for him because
he's been there before
as a player as Xabi Alonso as a player
youth coach
from Liverpool no exactly we no as the youth coach na Real Madrid coach anyway no I mean or you be anyway ain't too much of way for him I mean experience no and when you be friends Leverkusen out there Real Madrid finish Champions League quarter final stage I hope so with me I then abon home day I'll go beyond that and even I mean go on to win for Real Madrid. It's possible for him to do that because our materials no I know about 1 or 2 so I know that medical cause I know that the reasons so 1 or 2 signings by can I'm a strengthening team no and ebi so we call Alaba I mean ombeko ma ofraba I'm a team. Okay. Onya spine of the team, Onya no win the I mean say obetimi.
Yeah, very fine.
I think I successful at Real Madrid.
Right, yeah. Right. Xabi Alonso to Madrid. Evans.
Erico, Xabi Alonso, who is regarded as one of the best midfielders of his generation. I name say Bano, the best passers of the ball. Time and Xabi Alonso born in the days of Real Sociedad. In fact, checking the days of Liverpool, more about Real Madrid there, he was up there. Bayern Munich, you know, he was just, I mean, grazing the game for the latter days. Not Wako. And we have opportunity here. Real Sociedad. In fact, let's establish it. He's coached about his senior career only by Leverkusen and Wakuchi. And about this Real Sociedad, the B. And all this.
We have said it already, saying
yes, and Kran what he was able to do, it was more like player development. He was able to harness players on talent. And the same thing, Leverkusen. October 2022, many people were doubting his qualities. I don't know Leverkusen for you. Obi anu coach, onyan coach I say to adu bag ane. Onyan coach we bia, mo dia kwa komano. And Xabi Alonso dia no, ebi na eka so he coach. Ko ya do adwuma man no, o ma ehun se no. Yeah. O develop players no. You hu the likes of players na no mo Kai Havertz more improvement from Leon Bailey more. You see, those players are not starting more Leverkusen, you know. You could clearly see but last season, after 11 run like consistently, 11 times at Bayern Munich, one more G League, you know. I'm a bien team, you know. Xabi Alonso now. You can say, now you know about that. What I say? Obabe breaky jeans, no. Papa beji. The can say the Bundesliga. Oye, no, some coaches say no. Also, can beji DB poker. In fact, no me runners up. Oh, Europa League, and as not yeah. Obe Remu Liverpool yeah. Or You know what they did. In fact, Olympiacos so it tells you for the fact to say Bobo Kona, everyone saying in Real Madrid, Abrante de Bano, his experience as a former player of DS, Penoma Wetinya, and so on about him as a manager. No, there's no doubt about the qualities. Opposite, but
the pressure at Madrid, no, to say
Leverkusen. Leverkusen coaching them for what 139 matches, winning no less than 89 matches, 31 draws, and then 19 losses. Check the number of losses. 19 losses in 139 matches. That should tell us Kwano Onimedumano. Globe Soccer Awards are the best manager man. No, Xabi Alonso, he really deserves it. But you see, there is politics at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Already did the Florentino Perez Rodriguez, our president, was starting our Juma. When we say players have been more, they've disappointed them big time. Say, come on, man, Cavasoso. One, David Olukutumbo Alaba. Say, baby, I do prepare now on the Abba. Yes, Alonso Eba agreement is in place. Oba. Now you have Arnold from Liverpool, right back. That is the place, one of the best players at Spain, in terms of the right back. After the days, Yetimenya, Ivan Heguera, you know, those days are not number 2. Or, I mean, we've gotten players and then number 2 power mobile. Abrante Everson and Dani Carvajal Ramos, on the Baba G or DC or Momo, and better back to back with Zinedine Zidane, you know, it was him. And they pre-Dinia, he has to be replaced. And now the Trent Alexander coming, you know, it is believed that though he's an English player, most times English players are maybe play more Real, you know, and time for more. We can talk of David Beckham, more the Orins, but Bellingham by some glimpses of hope. So this player, Obano, Kakra, what you mentioned, say the kind of a player on this ball or more offensive than being defensive. Nowadays, as for the defensive, they can't Kakra, but Oha Jumano, Real Madrid, a type so Benoit, and the three back now, Xabi Alonso Tabono, Gideon passes a branch and bar, a bebois. One other player, the Hoyts in Yakin, the player is coming, and is one player who shows a promising center back, a defender, any day. So, no, yeah,
but I bring the pressure bit back again.
Yeah,
Chale Madrid Honor so many.
Yes, so he's coming back.
Pressure.
Yes, and I make us a politics. Papa Nankasa any recruitment. Sam Rancheba. So you can check position at the Hoyts in Ebano. Check it, Edam Eletao. Check it, Rudiger. These are players and Alaba has been that led back and they are converting about center back. And they so new is such a man Raul Asensio is another young player there. So having maybe this Asensio guy, the
Jesus Asensio no craman of him.
Yes,
Asensio
Jesus Valero Moho and then you know they are all there. Oh, but as a backup, it is a winner voice and so back account. Maybe Omukako Pesa yet to the left back, proper left back, at the account like they are replacing a kind of saying, you know, a Cavahana. Abrante Everton said in Ufalomendi, also Swatch, Frank Garcia is there, but they may need another, I mean, you know, established left back or Babaya
Xabi Alonso going back for Theo. Say Theo a young player.
Theo Hernandez only somewhere now. So but also one player nowadays the discipline record and yet.
Say Oba, it depends on the coach about Bishia.
Yes. So also buy bad, but Eriku, the tintin say Papa Nache say about the player saying Hannessy, woman talent, any development of my but politics in the idea Misso the manual, Spain for no one baby Alonso free. Of Spain, but make kind of regional of that society I mean that Basque area hono. Sometimes the politics no but as a coach you will prove it. Says Zidane buy Etimba be my fire. Bibi a chesa Abrante betimi ade abeya mafa pe kakra na oye o Kabla Leverkusen breaking the whole Bayern Munich. Look at the number of players are on the established players at Bayern Munich to. Na say na ultimately these young players with the Boniface mo no we ba Gili ebeji DB poka asanti una so na nkanye bibi na every so better by that woman a o say beji Europa the same season that should tell you coming to Real Madrid who are arguably the best club in the world. I think say betimi afa e de amano but there are some players who believe so Oba. He has to stand on his toes.
Well, I know never
ne you omo free o me maka oh hey me say Vinicius Junior me a player me a coach and I'm a management member the Real Madrid. That guy has to go. Say see, I must start your contractual EB. I'm a brand the Oman agree on the Arrow Beko. And I'm for so you cannot still out here. You be Jack Kwamako. Guy, no, he's the reason why Ebi and Mbappe obey to my boy as a 40 goals. Obetimi actually said the top scorer in the La Liga no Obetimi compete with what you call Robert Lewandowski, but at the end of the day Real Madrid are unable to win the title and so season all because the kind of cohesion, the chemistry, bonding and attackers no
so many games so
two matches but look at the chances so I'm say here Abrantia no selfish play when so when you know say or you're hungry for success, such a player hungry for success na be koye e can say those players they say Hendrik, the other Gulash, look at the Jacobo Ramos, these are young players or much so no opportunity but Abrantia no Vinicius he's seen it all. Ballon d'Or na dey be omedi last season so wantimi anje Rodrigo Hernandez can't be all because of disciplinary records dey be ayaka
I saw FIFA best
in the waji, but Oji and Ballon d'Or na new also no Edu Real Madrid koy. So man go pay French magazine
last minute.
Yes. And the man who said Apache bet me about Ballon d'Or. The cast attempting.
Inside the game live on our very channel. I want you guys to touch quickly on Hurricane. I think I'm not sure say Obi a football fan. I only happy for Harry and he's a wonderful striker, but naturally trophy G and I dang. Tottenham the GBB. Tottenham. But Bayern Munich catch it and it was the right choice for him. What even in his first season, yesterday, hey, what did they know me and I come Bayern for? Kiki in his second season, what and ne goes in there or the mount and call Bundesliga and him so called bossy Bundesliga and Ankasa. First season and second season and he has been instrumental in Bayern Munich a title transfer to me, Champions League dan koye there, but league in the ultimate jet the trophy be a show. Evans, what a sigh of relief for Hurricane.
If we are so more I want Erico. You bet me any papa bi. Now so no one crofobia, one monye. Enti abribia nipa eka nipa na sem oyade o show bibi se me dem ye and so due to the people are on opportunity no dey be say o javo man nyon ya no man na ebo
e bia na dey on shibi so on we for
enti potiba ye be chi no ade na ka
so she on she
enti na konse wo man nipa bebiri wo ho abra asa bibi o monye we mra ye kopa manfo no odina dafo bi achi ene ko ye yakochi no oni kamafo nti ene o da fiase ebi ni Hurricane ye no se nya Joseph ani nuanom ka say hey Joseph wo kwara keto na abesoso da ya san kiremu abechese wo be kese achen ye be ton my but they didn't know
sa
brand no ba be ko no
school pa ba ya ko fa Bible mu
yes
and hono na ya tro no wan fa
he said Joseph there no e kwa Moses ntuma ya ba bia Jacob ne maya yi e ho
no e buku be na
unima na Exodus wo no ya Genesis wa o check
for this school na
da bi nya botre ba ho enti Jamaican question say Harry Edward K no. It wasn't like Onyegudo. He is a potent striker who played those days for Leicester City. Already did Eddie can say Daniel Levy. Omo the prospect came no am by. And indeed, with certain Mauricio Pochettino et Rosero, Roberto Nedumana no ye no. Abranten chess or the numbers be momo. So you get Hurricane about goals since you obet 34 matches, 24 goals, obet 49 matches, 33 goals, obet 50 matches, 27 goals, 45 matches about the first season, no amount 44 goals. Our Bayern Munich and then season where I can say 45 matches, 37 goals, 10 assists, and as of now in the Bundesliga, he's leading the top scorers chart. I can say Abranten day. More goals and so
record
30 matches, 25 goals, 7 assists. But you ask yourself, say, time now no Tottenham was it a club and able to guarantee the trophy now? They were able to go to the finals of the UEFA Champions League with Liverpool. But the squad are not judging club Kuta and the kind of materials are how many years Jumano. Definitely Liverpool the best team or stand the chance of winning. And I'm one more winning. Mekai, Satem Lucas Mora, Nkonya, 1-2 binum. etite ohwem yi padia no kwase mba omni say abrantia no team na obo no ene ha no time na ogina mu amekasa bia na oye younger kakra no if he was able to play for a club like Chelsea, for Manchester City, or let's say Manchester United bia Hurricane performance na what then all over this seasons no na nke Chelsea ko betima den I win more laurels but club now from Leicester City oko joining wo no na disappointed here our man guarantee the trophy but uche the all time be the national teams eduru say okunu ye dina it is Hurricane who come to the party not the team not their pem the na be kum ye adwuma the na nifa ye adwuma or your ball juggler or your good pass of the ball but then you and Bayern Munich they've proven to us, the whole world, all aficionados of the game themselves, who pay more Germany, monopoly na koso. That's the reason why I'm winning league title 11 times. Nothing yet team match. Kopim say Xabi Alonso I can 170 or the by Leverkusen
but it completes him.
It is a branch no. Waba be league title ba coupe. But if say play ni age na one o wait my year no. He say bia obenya Ronaldo be at the age of 40 he's still bossing goals, share goals. Now no na use have uja funi jana dum. Ko start in Saudi Arabia now Ronaldo she goes pa nti se bia Hurricane so Saudi betimi akọ dia boa no a betimi abo goals dia Bayern Munich. Yes, they proven say Nelson company on so man a chance say the Leverkusen man Xabi Alonso chance no at least on ba be league title no last season anfa but so boa no man no akwanya no na ekọ a Hurricane getting other players on be boa no manya team bonding chemistry be adwuma no I think say they will be bossing in Germany abante betuma to koso age title
Hurricane
Europe mom na say any bebre so betuma the Champions League
the battery has ended
finally is here no or medalist
Charlie
anya wan
abre
ne modern ball abo in the EPL golden boot or they call now nya bibia no or the best show no and sometimes I mean that you play for success or you play for laurels Abrante no ntimi show bi but I mean as a Liverpool fan when you age o makuma mama Hurricane at long last say what me achieve the artista even last season Krampona Leverkusen ever J you know or he went away with 45 goals. Yeah. 45 goals in your debut season.
Oshe goals.
In the Bundesliga. 45 goals. 36 goals in the Bundesliga. Oshe 12 in the Champions League last season. 12 goals. And Oshe one word DFB Poker. 45 goals. This season, and Ivan Saka no lead with 26 goals.
Oh yeah.
They've been crowned as Bundesliga. Enti yes you friend is saying
you baby
ko baby and I think so no Osha enyo no nkwana make it such a bold decision.
Eric Dyer
mucho ko wachi Modric Luka Modric if the same team Real Madrid
Tottenham now
and then on the status assistant
Gary from Bill
good Wolves the Wolves former player and also went to achieve a lot with Real Madrid.
I think every football fan should be happy for Hurricane.
Well, and you know, wow, and you then and as when you're Hurricane, no, as I mean, names are run open because one answer because
top
player or your quality or your top-notch player.
But unza sadi we be CCO aside say be our be a title league title no. You tell me a great players before my bobo and so man be a Champions League Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic then there Ofei apena be sinachi. Ofei apena be sinachi sa. Right, I was yantin Finian share the Black Satellites of Ghana kopie mo or the AFCON. You heard say qualify for the World Cup and for coach Desmond Ofei after all African games heroics kopie mo AFCON and there's been talks. Kopie action adwi. Ebi say selection yet. Ebi say you select man. Ebi say on na no haya nkran moto mu ha ne haya no side players ko. Nso tamale no ne Techimai, no money one place. Who else you have? I know I vision, dreams, one monk. Man for crassy, Ibrahim Mahama, Bano crowd, you nimbo bonnie, I didn't count. Hey, that my help boy any videos. Me who is cannibal in Bobosada. But also when your opportunity, I think the last game you want to burn more or so. When your opportunity, if you watch his videos, you will love him. But if I can't propose, continue. Hey, Charlie, serious. Well, but I'm 5 months. I'm fat. Unfortunately.
Me Kai say last week. Say Desmond Ofei nua ketwa. Esa the warning kese agyenkyerɛnkyi ɛna de ma Desmond say onim na sɛ ebuka ba ngwa akra kasa on to no boase o say da bi ani presem ɛna ɛnya yi na ɛde ne ho akɔgye minti no kwabna we de mane ko abotre unya pani wanye ni ba abotre
dabi enya abotre we mama ka sam kyerɛ me say we are say yes ye pa papa mu na show dabi ko mu den but ayi that's one there o man mu say ye power papa mu no na say trimuden ko onya adwuma no yi
sesen
agro
this one
na I am ya say give we they be ameka mo for coaching education the man so no na enye
technical director.
He's too young to do that.
Technical director.
Africa they more too young. That bro free
Ghana problem ni Ghana say. Your agency near too much. Over African games. What about that? Mistakes be on me. McCarthy. And it's under Costa no. Mistakes 3 times with under 20. Sada Costa and McCarthy no put here. But when you make can't be aba.
And captain no.
Captain.
Goes in nothing.
No mistakes ni na. But when you Oswin. Yeah, we say the insuria there. Consistency team bonding dey be I am making. Team building on. Build there. You need consistent squad.
Yeah.
Oba here, if you bet your buy all the Ghana African games. Prepare no use here no. Mo he na ekobo AFCON yi bi. You feel wo na ekobo wafu. And so be say players no among African games where were they? You can find new crop of players. And before so mba be kono, ko pie mo Germany. Sa tem na Ghana ebo Sudan. World Cup qualify kwasi apiade no. And aketo kraku free akọ bo na dwen kire ye players no. Dressing room. Amra am ko Niger. Pa na pa okoye. Sa den Niger for club players. Omo timi mebo Dreams FC. Na okoye. Sa time no Ghanaian journalists resist say I didn't know Mako and that was when NASA new technical director. The one some embassy of Mukofo Papa for Germany at the number. Yeah, can you chef Akwasa? And that from class like the ball. Nyana Costa. Consistent squad I use. Now we are Morocco young apostles play. Morocco no Makofa new players. Asan dia ko wremu. Na nanu ye ba be ko afko Yeriku. Yes, Yaya was assistant coach to the Black Stars. Ubeye my team winning against Chad and Madagascar. Fantastic. But look, I'm asking myself, say, that's one of fair. I'm campaign nipa 24 no cry na beginning on Abamu Buddha that in a or opponent to be cry. Chow, I had na miscommunication. Look at this. Miscommunication. Sliding tackle close to me for when I catch us under 20, no, it's a Black Stars. Under 20, the enemy say, you qualify for World Cup. You qualify for under 20 World Cup. How the be our check? Globally, players men almost say under 8, like under 20. Omba beka you players in Bumwa. You bet him they are compete the Brazils, the Argentinas, and the Japan. Now come AFCON ha. What you are the African games? What also two? Oh, what zombie? Yeah. Now we are also coaching new club of players. Adding not less than 14 foreigners. At the accord, that's one of fair.
And they said you'll be playing for because.
So he shot himself.
And a fought.
Oh yeah. Yamra Jerry free. Jerry free had the Ronaldinho.
Already Pele.
Why Messi? Ketokra ku na call Cameroon by Obakache say Ghana ye free mu go Comoros mu timi shey na any Messi and any Ronaldo. Say Jerry free na be dan Ghana Ronaldo ni Messi because onu timi shey go ma oto adu 2 milika ko park so ko bam no finiti ho say Jerry free.
But you admit he's a good player, right?
Obi aka so baby bisa on Ronaldo di Ghana football na o Messi ana me nyanti bi da say ye kwa ko tournament it agree with CD logo team on we. Oh, lower tier was Spain. Now I catch up and say, you play.
But so call share no san assist.
And you know, Ghana coin. Oh, Ghana, what you
back to the
CD logo.
There been the team Neri. I don't mean sorry. One of the good wingers or more to a crochet go no assist. Obi any problem. But me say Ghana some na yeka. O team ma play away. Eba team ni ho. Oba no. Oswin. Your players were that you so many ball attacking you, and now we don't mean it. Only say upon all the players, only can air there at the moment. Irata Hotel, 20 players, you know. Omba near my big coffee, and the big account foreigners on normally coy. Here for the Dubai mo, o game time. But this were the players African games. No moje. This is the players and then what was Zombi? I'm cut also two against Nigeria. And so you can say was it in Niger? Sebedino, I'm called boss. I was Zombi no. But unfortunately for us, over reliance on foreigners. It's that Jerry free. Every season you go about. You saw about 2 matches. The first match no can put it as finance start you. Second match fantastic. And Erico Odin Oko. No, about the 3rd game against Egypt. In fact, that is the 4th game. You bought tournament in the Central African Republic. They are not fantastic one, but against Egypt, it was a crucial game. Player, in less than 48 hours. Or say the next starting game. You know what does this tell you? Are you in your in your right senses? So be or not. I'm asking. Say in your right senses. Say player 48 hours. On your rest here. Psychologically, mentally.
Or camp party or then start here.
Then you see about training Papa Ben. I do players and other attackers who want to commit to Mesbah now first go against DR Congo. No, Jerry free you see here or a day game. And when we have a coach, why don't say Bibi obey J and hold your man for no my day or my utilizing now? Say an ebesi. Ghana want to catch us and Kayako yet to be experienced players. They are also under 20. I'll bet me go to Kotoko. Peter Medu Aqua, when I cast on Timmy Kobe. Why did they take a Mesbah from Dreams FC? Now, Mamian taking Razak selling for the other Alphananko. Call Razak selling for this season. Wash send goals at the Dreams FC. Mesbah now, I shall go against the Al Congo. Edmund at 20. Wash just go in the Ghana Premier League.
To compare one.
It is all compare. Why Nanka Ghana bet him now? Mesbah is just 19 years. He'll be 19 this year. As of now, he's 18. I'll be 19. So I didn't see Alphananko be.
Yeah, Salifun Kai
has Mohashino said another player and then Kebetinako. Coach, on one cast and shoot to and nobody should take the blame apart from him. That's one of it. We catch you. I said, but I didn't know Yeno. Jadena Yeno. Jayadena Yen. Guasa Yakoba. Ghana had done it 4 times. We were looking for a second, imagine the 5th time. Nyako Pemo Chile. Ever since say you move 2015. You could run of 16. So last time Bobo or in 3 times. 2000 now the edge of Egypt. 2013 or Turkey. And so you could run or edge bronze. And then 2015 you could film a run of 16. Consistency. From 2017 and Tiankoi. Kagana bet Miyako. What disappointing and big time with a bad selection. So being an catch yourself for real. The kind of that's one of fair. And they no. And brother African games in Wolf no. And don't want everyone because we're not the actual.
Sometimes we have bench wa. I say or hit team. Ojino
say ya. Ojino.
Onuana or shock.
The same that's one for no commanding place. Say no. I've heard you know Ojino. Why did
now I shocked Onuana
because.
Are we joking?
Kwabna, your opportunity. Eriko, that's your opportunity.
Ghana and I
build under 20. Okaya, or the pram. Division 1 players in the Premier League players. Or dissolve team no.
Also.
I didn't hear. The boys no on your time. Boys in your time. Yes, Yes, Division 1 players any Premier League players. Level. I'm consistent in the national team. Or dissolve no. And the even say so one else on one also because we need Indians here inconsistency. Player selection.
Also, yes,
captain.
Captain African. Premier League, that's what I'm catch it say. Your one team players no about can say camping. They do about Thursdays and Fridays. No mo kwa kodwo no mo team Premier League. No ma kobo matches. No say sad no. And more munya the best of the but he was able to let Jerry free the match. And ko go matches. Esa be bo start.
Doesn't make sense.
That's what you are joker.
And Thomas and what I say.
Say clown.
Ujina so the
this opportunity Ghana Diama war. Ukochi of Belgium. Ghana more opportunity about the coach. But you for no retract. Almost clown no. Evans. I retract.
And yes,
I retract clown.
Oh, you can still chere.
I retract clown. Now you are a joker.
That be Janing Naka.
Oh, dear grow. It's just a comment serious.
Oh, say, media master, so which match do I drink? Unka assembia, a bay you be a bay. Why, Yade? Okay.
what's on make us
retracting what's
my retracting Joka crown you know my retracting but this one utimia sa clown any Joka no my retracting but what's up say AFCON ya more opportunity no
and you want on Obeji African games where you had a video was.
Yes, because why are because what should say Ghana still we have the prospect. Unlike coaches be even me assistant coach
between the coach and the players. Between the coach and the players one answer.
Between the coach players on one answer. The reason why make us was answer. Between
the coach and the players one answer.
Coach was because the one they are one question.
Kwabena kan African competition. One man also the omoko. You assemble a very competitive local team, competitive. Omu pese omu achieve bibi. Na omu ko udru unya World Cup qualification na. Na fe menka say all African games are boy. Say all the Suleiman by or the 1 or 2 Abdulaziz Suleiman Miano ebe augmented. It was good. We saw them play, but majority of the winner local. Boys on person watch you 24 Brekum Chelsea. Oh, you saw them. Emuna friend is saying it's Aaron ASL nya contract the call. Yes, the performance. And see they angry. This level no also boys no opportunity. Peter Midwakwa. Midwakwa was part of the friend is saying team of Odi Ghana Sambo first. This over here Peter Midwakwa. Senye Prana and I say Peter is 19 years old. Peter deserves it.
Just a call up on something, which is the,
right from the
no, but they had good preparation. So
Euro, and also different squad not the call.
Said the problem is
Germany.
The problem is consistency.
Different
about 5 teams, you know. To Okoko here, no, Eriko. And Egypt,
90 minutes. And it's travel to extra time.
You better come out. Oh, Messi, I better come out. Egypt for no. Omaka Kwaje sa tournament we because of the sea to Ghana no. Because it happened by to and now because
for some kind of
yes. Why is they from you? Aziz the bench. He's a bench warmer at Barcelona.
26 minutes. 26 minutes.
First game they show here.
26 minutes.
How rusty he was. How rusty he was. They show here.
Game winners of man.
Last game no
1 minute who into the
yes.
So why do you call them
game time
when we have equally good players, local players who are more Razak Salifu, goals, dreams. Consistency.
Obejono omujelo ya o. Winter transfer na Razak Obejono Dreams FC.
How many of them boys are from European-based boys?
How many of them
are regulars? Yeah, go check it.
Even Rangers FC, Suleimana, Abdul Suleimana, no. Man of the match 2 times. On the bench, Rangers FC.
On the bench. You see, all French, all free. After Africa, all African games, no. Or they call remote.
Yeah.
But not all the team. Second wave side B. He was very consistent there. I got some bench. I'm why. That's one I'm why. What do you know? I'm why.
Agency.
Obekasa okasa do na sa obekasa no was that ibodu account. That's what be say to me bonfire na was that ibodu. So over na wo. Do baby cry listed dey kokra na mo mpese hu.
A day before now they are back.
See ni Adam say man for every meanings into it. Say players after players be dey ho nyina o camp ni nyina mu ni ehwan be ye fa agu rim ni akwasa afofraba na ebi mu ho ntimi enkan ho na so you fa playing the share mo yesa ne mani na se ko buke mu a na man for the opportunity to criticize. Ofei, you were a fine coach. I think on the affair man for and the empamo and say so prospects out chere African games no.
And what fusion be?
And you be and what is wrong? What changed? They be na change. When him kwa original touchline no say something is wrong and you what? Our multi
marketing adosu.
I say, Obi no. I say, Ofei, why? One day, Montier Pianwa, assistant coach of the Black Stars.
As I your coach's education head.
It means that you have something to offer. We know something they there, Rado.
And yeah, Basana, in English, I'll say this in English.
Yeah.
Desmond Ofei, who was himself during African Games and Wafu, was in the representation of Lai Kensin in Egypt.
As such a saying.
Huh?
Like, I mean, saying.
Is it personification? And I said
Person one Africa.
personification in literature.
And as such a saying.
Erikwa na o ni nipaduamu. Abra na o inside the games, you know.
I know as such a saying. It is like I don't know this.
Oh, what said all kind.
But on a 17 team is like I have some to be
You see, yanko swa ni yan abro e wo krom azi.
Ghana nkwa na otinya under 50 school there.
Say ya
Cause Santa I call round the
catch them
talent wala mu bomb. KGL a year competition when friends boys are and Joe Munina
yeah mom yes I did and Ajimambadu and only Ajimambadu by Abin say so Obikas Obi or Kakofa Opoku Ajiman Ransford or say Dominican Awaku their time you know now the Bible compare with mu didn't
or compare and a 20
somebody kumunum
24 year best even the ones are unqualified crown we were from yes we even the who here African games the crown we know my friend
now South African games no more bubble you can't say passes
and if you tournament Basiana bedu ba be jack for
this is
bad.
So 10 years no. It's
all
10 years. 10 years. World Cup.
Evans Club na support sports card no. Omo name guest today. Within the cage one can say Eric Asiru inside the game the name of the show a podcaster we need you but next week jamia dum na dum e be san ba. Cause I hear channel ya so subscribe ya me subscribe me don no na bere bia ne wa hwebom. Ye be san sha. Bye bye.